Great Hobbies presents RCTV, your radio control authority. With your host, Nick Rack.
Fuel him up and get him on the track. Let's see how he's doing. This thing is massive. On this week's episode of RCTV, we're going to be heading out to Milton to see Cliff Warner and a fantastic bunch of RC vehicles. Wait till you see all these different trucks that he has. And then we're going to be heading to Kingston to see the TCS finals and a great profile on a plane. So let's get to the action. This afternoon in beautiful Wellsley, Ontario with John Henenbury. Nice to meet you, buddy. You won the beautiful scale boat division today. Fantastic. Congratulations on that. Now tell me about this boat, first of all. What boat is this?
It's a coal boat. It was built in 1912. I love that era where they were just transforming from sail to steam. The booms acted as cranes when they were in port, and then they also would rig it with sail when they were out on the ocean.
Now, how long did it take to build this?
This one I got, I think, about 650 hours in it.
Wow. And all this detail here, did you actually have pictures of the real boat?
I lucked out. I got an aerial plan of the ship itself. There was 3 or 4 of them that were all ending with the word field. And I managed to get a hold of the deck plan and superstructure and so on. It worked out really well.
Now, were a lot of the pieces made by hand?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. All of it. Other than the helm and the prop.
And the prop and everything else. Now, what was the most difficult thing to really put together? Because I'm looking at all the fine detail. You can look at all the chain work, all the ports, all the windows in here. You got all kind of gearing going on coming through here. All the ropes are beautifully knotted, just like the original. So what took you the longest to put together?
I think the actual part that was most time-consuming was the decking itself. It's very, very monotonous. Those are all individual planks. I color them to give them that weathered look. Inside, on the inner part of the hull, the bulwark supports, there it's all time consuming. There's a lot of it. It's really hard to pinpoint one particular aspect of it and say.
Yeah, it looks like you need a magnifying glass. Like some of the parts are so small. Like I'm looking at the winch here, and I mean, just to look at that little part on the winch, I mean, that must have just taken.
There's something real small. There's a padlock on the meat locker.
Padlock on the meat locker. And you can look right at the bottom of the hull, and that's a heavy boat.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, the batteries and the motors.
It's probably around 16 pounds.
The smokestacks are all to scale, and I mean, even the rivets on it. I mean, that's just something special there. That's a lot.
The rivets,
of work.
They were just done with a dab of white glue.
Oh, and then you painted it on, but you had to let it dry and everything.
Let it dry, yeah.
So
the funnel itself that's the core out of a roll of paper towel. All of the railing, for instance, that was all made just out of brass wire. What else can I say? The winches, they were just old typewriter gears.
Wow.
I pulled a couple old typewriters apart and formed the winches from them.
You actually have some other boats here,
yes,
right?
I built these two as well.
Now these are all scale as well.
This one took me the longest. This took me 820 hours. I did all of the riveting. That's all individual rivets, and they're all done with pin heads. And there's around 6,600 pin heads in there, give or take 100.
So you have to actually take a pin,
cut it, drill a hole, put the pin head in, and glue it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that took in itself, that was about 300 hours.
Wow, so that's a lot of detail and a lot of work. And this is more, it looks like a fishing trawler.
This is a trawler, yeah, it's a deep sea trawler. Ventured up as far as into the Icelandic waters and so on.
Now, how long have you been doing this now, John?
I've been doing this for 10 years.
For 10 years?
Yeah.
And I mean, you're quite the craftsman after 10 years.
I guess I have a knack for it.
Now, you got one more here, the Earl here. That looks more like a pleasure boat.
That was an old ferry that served from the northern tip of Scotland right up into the Orkney Islands. And it was the longest serving steam vessel in British naval history. It ran uninterrupted for 39 years.
Wow. And what year was that built?
It carried everything. It was built in 1930.
Wow.
At a cost of £32,000. About $64,000, brand new for that whole ship.
Oh my God, can you imagine what that would cost today?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now we were talking about the weathering and everything, and if you could actually look at the planks, folks, where you've actually got the nail holes in there.
Yes, I do, yeah. That planking arrangement is the arrangement that was popular with that particular era of ship. Carried vehicles, it carried people, it carried livestock. This gangplank here was removable, and you could lift it off then and set it down either starboard or port side, depending on how it docked. This wheelhouse, this was put on after. And the reason it was put on was because they couldn't see over the waves from the wheelhouse down below.
You got the fire buckets there.
Yeah.
You can see all the detail with all the people. That is just incredible. Well, John, what can I say, right? Beautiful boats, right? You are a great craftsman. What can I say? I mean, looking at these boats, I can stand here all day and find new things to look at every day when I look at them. Now, how would people get a hold of you if they wanted to get into building stuff like this?
We have a monthly meeting with our local club in Kitchener-Waterloo, which is Golden Triangle Marine Modelers. And we meet every second Wednesday at Albert McCormick Arena in Waterloo. You can also get a hold of the club through the Great Lakes Model Boat Association on their website.
Oh, so that's great, folks. They got a website. Go check it out. These are the guys who build the best boats. John here. Check them out. Get out there, build some models, right? I'm sure somebody like John will help you out. Once again, John, congratulations.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care, folks.